Peace and more peace coming to you live from North Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Anthony Calori, and this is the Appreciate You podcast. Got the new setup, shit's looking fly, and today I want to do a little bit of self-reflection, and hopefully the goal is to, bring up some questions that I can ask myself that, you can ask yourself, and so on and so on. I'm not no fucking guru or therapist or anything like that, so bear with me if I sound like a complete idiot. But I'm not, I know I am, so I'm really not afraid of sounding like one. But I'll start by saying that I feel grateful. I went to work last night after being sick as shit for a few days. And when I first got there, I was just like, man, I cannot fucking believe that I'm here, which is usually my thought when we're doing our little pre-shift meetings before we actually get to work. And, you hear your boss condescending to you and everyone else. And, one-on-one, we have a good relationship, but in those pre-shift meetings, I'm really contemplating my entire life and how I got there. And I'm asking myself, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I'm not better than any of these people, and that's not what it is. It's just, what the fuck am I doing here? And so, I got to work, and, it's the same old shit. I know what to expect. I know who I'm going to work with when they break us into our areas to do our thing. And, everything is going smooth and cool, and I find myself being grateful as the night goes on. And, the job is what it is, but what it allows me to do and, the way it allows me to sustain my life outside of work really makes me grateful and appreciative. And I know that eventually it's a means to an end. And while it is my means at the moment, I'm going to appreciate it. And, my boss came and checked on me at the end of the night, or this morning, because I get off at 7 o'clock in the morning. Asked me how I was doing, if I was feeling better and things like that. And I was appreciative of that. I kind of can't stand him when I first get into work and I got to listen to him talk about whatever it is. Managers, don't slip and fall and be careful and dumb shit like that, and don't get into a fist fight in the warehouse and stupid shit like that. But, I found myself being grateful after, anytime I have some days off from work, I really cannot fucking stand the idea of having to go back to that place. But then once I get back in the groove, I'm like, all right, that's not that bad, And then once you get paid, it's kind of like you kind of remember why you do it. And it's not about the money. It's just, like I said before, what it allows you to take care of. And as long as you have the discipline and time management skills to work towards other things outside of work, and it's really not that bad, So, and I'm saying all that because I was bitching a lot about my job on the last episode, and so I kind of want to redeem myself in a sense and not seem like such a complainy, whiny little bitch, because it's really not that bad or that serious. And if you do have a job, don't be embarrassed or ashamed of yourself because you're not some, fucking delusional wannabe influencer or entrepreneur that thinks that they are more special or better than anyone else. um, simply because they don't work a normal, so to speak, job. But I won't allow anybody to um, disrespect the common working man. You know, we're the ones that make the world go round. And it's a farce to believe that having a job is something that um, is to be ashamed of, you know. In an era where everyone's looking for the easy way out and waiting to have kids until they're millionaires or, you know, actors or famous or whatever, or accomplished, whatever that means. Um, you know, I grew up with my parents who had 4 kids by the time that they were 30. And now I'm 32 and I don't have any kids. And, you know, I couldn't imagine what that was like for them. And I watched them, I watched them do it and do it successfully and be very loving and caring parents, you know, with all of their flaws and everything. I watched them try and work, spend time and be dedicated, do their best with what they had, the means that they had, the opportunities that they had. And I would never, ever trade my experience, as much as I'm sure they wished it was a little bit easier for them because I know it was hard and stressful. Um, I wouldn't trade that experience, the things I learned and seen, and just, you know, what we all went through and had to grow through and go through together. You know, it's really priceless. So, so whatever it is that you're going through, um, whatever hardships, challenges, not happy with where you're at, you know, it's easy to be complacent and not feel like you're getting what you deserve, but we're alive. We got food, we got water, we have dreams and goals, and if you're spending your time and energy putting into what you want your life to look like and how you are trying to shape your life, don't be discouraged. Go to work, get your paper. Don't take it too seriously. Don't be too emotionally invested in it. Just get your money. Like I tell my coworkers, they don't pay us any more money to be happy while we're here or to be upset while we're here. So come in, get your paper, you know, do your job, go home and invest your time and your money and your energy into whatever situation you want to be in the future, no matter how near or far it is. Eventually it'll manifest itself the way it's supposed to based off of the time and energy and that you put into it. You know, it will result into exactly what you want it to. So don't be discouraged. Hang in there. Get your motherfucking paper, man. It's going to be all right. People around you will appreciate you for it, for being able to take care of yourself. And every now and again, be able to help someone out when they need a couple dollars. You know, that feels good. Feels good when someone's like, hey, you spot me like $40, I'll get you next week. And you know that they probably won't. And that's perfectly fine because it ain't about that. You know, you can do it. And there's nothing better than that. Being able to just, hey, I got you. Don't trip. So, yeah, be grateful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac with gangster white walls and TV antennas in the back, it's going to be all right, man. Hey, you may not have a car at all. I'm just kidding. But I'm not. I remember not having a car for a real long time. You know, most of all my 20s, I didn't have a car. And in the Bay Area, in San Jose and the entire Bay Area, is kind of a luxury to have such a great public transportation system, being able to go from city to city and one side of town to the other for $2, $4, $8 for the day. Um, it So, trust me, I was listening to Be Grateful for What You Got every day, burning CDs on my Walkman, to listen to on my Walkman, my little headphones, and ride my bike, grab the light rail and put my bike up, sit for, 45 minutes to an hour and head to work and do the same thing on my way home. So, you just got to be grateful and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. And if you're worried about having, you just do your thing. Do your thing. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let not having a car stop you from getting late. There's a lot of guys with no jobs, no money, no goals, no career, no vision, and they out here getting laid, They out here with their feet up on the couch, chilling while their girl's at work, dropping her off in her car. So if that guy can get laid, you got no excuses, brother. You don't need a whip. Just get you some money, have some money in your pocket, rent a room or something, have your own space, be willing to take the bus, light rail, ride your bike. But you gotta have some money to take her out on a date, man. You're gonna ruin her, or really mess her up. Eventually she's gonna stop respecting you when she's pulling out her debit card to pay for the tab after so long. It doesn't last long. Trust me, I was that bum. But but yeah. So here we are. I have a couple self-reflection questions over here on the little tablet, and the first question is a doozy. It is, who am I really? And I haven't thought about any of these questions. I just kind of found them online and put them up. And so the first question I'll ask myself, and you could ask yourself, is, who am I, or who are you really? I am really someone who is imperfect, been through some things in life that has shaped my perspective and has, some experiences in my life have given me a little bit of trust issues, or it's hard to let people in, hard to make friends. But if you are my friend, I, love you, and we're going to be the type of friend where we have a lot of inside jokes and almost our own kind of a language kind of thing. And it'll be weird, to other people watching. They won't know what we're saying, but that's just the kind of guy I am. I don't like talking in big groups or having to talk real loud. I remember being outside of a club one time and everyone's talking real loud. I'm just in the circle or whatever, and there's a few people that I didn't know who had been kind of hanging around all night. And I finally had something to say and interjected with a comment of some kind. And this person I didn't know said, "Do you talk quiet so people will, be forced to listen to you carefully?" And I remember thinking that that was a really interesting take on me. I never heard anyone say that before, but I guess I just don't like being very loud. It's just not my personality. And so I'm pretty quiet. I like to keep to myself. Um, but I like making people laugh too. Um, I'm a bit of a loner. I'm a creative person. Try to be a good brother. Um, you know, I'm a bit of a liar at times. Um, I consider myself somebody who tries to do good things for other people, but it is a bit of a selfish endeavor. I have these seasons where I like to, ride around my city and pass out food and water to the homeless. And as much as I like to think that I'm doing it to be selfless, I don't necessarily need anybody to say thank you or anything, but I do it to make myself feel like a good person. And I think it's because I often beat myself up so much that it is one thing that I do that does make me feel like a good person. So it's not so much the, oh, thank you so much, which is pretty rare when you go out there. um, but it's just the act that makes me feel like I'm making up for all the negative talk that I do to myself on a daily basis. Or maybe not so negative, because I'm not thinking like, oh man, you're a fucking idiot and you're wasting your time or anything like that. But it's just more so the feeling of being discouraged and that I don't have any time and maybe I'm wasting my time. Maybe I'm not so talented. Maybe I've waited too long to get into this thing or start this new career or idea. And so I kind of counter that every few months by going out and, you know, uh, helping out other people just so I can not feel so. And it also disrupts like the everyday routine that you fall into. So it kind of shakes me up a little bit and reminds me that, hey, I should be grateful. I got $50 to spend on water bottles and sandwich stuff that I can put together, 50 waters and 50 sandwiches and pass them out to easily 50 people in Las Vegas. And no, I'll be gone and I'll drive around and there's still more people. And then you get to feeling bad that you can't help everybody, but hey, you're only one person, so you can't feel too. I mean, it does suck. I'm not gonna lie, but you do what you can. I'm not fucking Santa Claus or Jesus or anything. So, um, so who am I really? I am really just trying to do my best and step all the way out of my boyish, immature self and into my still fun, but responsible, reliable, mature manhood version of who I am. And I think I'm getting better. I think I'm getting there. So who am I? I'm just a human being that's trying his best, like everybody else. Um, yeah, and I think I'll leave it right there. I'm gonna play a little bit of piano and get us all the fuck out of here. Um, my fiance's sick. She blowing her nose right now. I don't know if you could hear it. Maybe, probably not, but I feel for her. I just got done being sick, and now she's feeling like shit. So send some positive healing voodoo magic her way so that she feels better, as soon as possible. But anyways, I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks for letting me fuck around a little bit, and we'll continue to figure out. Um, or not necessarily figure out, but this whole podcast venture is going to reveal itself more and more as we do it, and I do have plans that are, once we get to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do something real special for, some youth in the neighborhood, whether it's giving them some, creative writing or art material or music instruments, and as well as getting back out there and helping some folks who don't got anywhere to live and need some food and water. And we're gonna try to make this podcast just a resource for the audience, you, the listener, as well as people in my community. So, we can build together something that I don't think has, because there's a lot of people doing comedy and they're talking about pussy and fart jokes and, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and stacking those wins before noon and all that kind of shit. And that's all good. But, I can't do the work for you. You can't do the work for me. I'm not a therapist or guru, like I said before, or a fucking physical trainer or anything like that. And I'm not trying to be. So I'm just here to tell you to hang in there. Don't be discouraged. Do what you can for yourself. Be as disciplined as you can for yourself. Help some people out. And, don't lie so much. And stop beating yourself up, because life is going to do that anyway. And that's really it. We're going to help some people along the way and document it and encourage other people to do the same thing, because we are all we got. So, peace to you and yours, and I'll check y'all out sooner than later.